This video is about the Marx 999 die-cast steamer. This steamer was first offered in 1941 and a little bit into 42. World War II curtailed production of these trains, these toy trains, and they weren't offered again until 1946, but they were continued to be produced through 1959. So there were literally thousands and thousands of these things, tens, hundreds of thousands of these produced. They were very low cost, robust train set for someone just getting into trains. And my first train set, which I'll talk about in a minute, was also one of these 999 sets. You can buy the set today in decent condition. You can find them on eBay and at flea markets for around $100. So, you know, if you're into collecting toy trains, they're great runners. It's a nice train to start with. So anyway, sit back and enjoy the video. I received my first electric train set in 1949. It was a Marx 999 set. Here I am running my set at Christmas of '49. The set came with the 999 steamer, the New York Central tender, the Baltimore and Ohio low side gondola. The little tank car was Niagara Chemical Company. Then a Pennsylvania Railroad boxcar, and a New York Central caboose. And it came with a little black transformer, and it was a great train set, very robust train set, and great for a kid just starting out. But most importantly, this train set instilled in me the love of trains, toy trains, and trains in particular, which I carry on to these days, so many years later. This photo and the previous photo are being taken off of my computer, so excuse the waviness. This is one of the few color photographs I have of my train set. This was also taken in 1949. You can see the 999 set in all its glory there on the living room carpet. The Marx 999 set came always with the 999 steamer and a New York Central tender, but then a variety of freight cars. There was always 4 freight cars involved. And here are just some of the examples. I've got most of the different freight cars that you could be found in a 999 set. I'm missing a few. A very rare car is the Pennsylvania Railroad stock car. And boy, they could go for quite a bit of money, but it's not been the money, it's just getting a hold of one. There was also a searchlight car which had a plastic searchlight that I don't have at the moment. But I got multiple numbers of these particular cars because they were all fairly common. This particular 999 set was featured in a Cobble Hill puzzle several years ago. You can see the little boys and their dog playing with the 999 set on the floor, reminding me of my brother and myself when we were kids, playing with our 999 set. Anyway, I set the setup on this display stand exactly like it's seen in the puzzle, but it's another one of the variations that you can find in the 999 sets. They're fun sets to collect. The 999 set typically came in these roughly square cardboard boxes, and they said streamlined electrical train on them. Let's look inside one. This is one I found on eBay some years ago, and I've got a number of box sets. And here again, there's variations set to set, but this one was fairly mint condition, fairly nice condition. Maybe not quite mint, but fairly clean. Let's take a look. Of course, it has the instructions, your track and transformer. Again, your Ford freight cars, tender, and of course the 999 locomotive. Really nice shape. In this particular set, had two gondolas. Rather than a tank car, it had a high side gondola, a low side gondola, New York Central boxcar, and a New York Central caboose, track and transformer. And this was a somewhat later set, later 50s set, and it's mostly complete again, except for the cardboard dividers. Over the 19 years that the Marx 999 was offered, there were very few variations, but there were some. Very early in the production, the locomotive was designed with open spoke cow catchers or pilots. There's one right there. These are very fragile, and when a kid dropped the train or ran it into something, these would often break off. So not too long after these were first produced, they decided to make the closed spoke pilot. See here, you can't put the screwdriver through. This all solid metal, just spokes right there. These also proved to be troublesome, and many of them broke off. So eventually they made this closed or plain pilot. This one has rivets on it, on the pilot. Later in the 50s, they made some of these with bars and rivets. I don't have one of those versions right here. One additional thing about the Marx 999 sets, they were manufactured to 3/16 inch scale, but they ran on 1/4 inch scale or O gauge tracks. Now you can see the Marx 999 boxcar compared to a Lionel boxcar, the 6464 series. And interesting is this Lionel boxcar is not actually true to scale either. So it's smaller than it should be for a 1/4 inch scale. But you can see the difference. The March trains are quite a bit smaller. Let's watch this old 999 set run. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video about the Marx 999 steamer and sets. Thanks so much for watching.